It's Charles Chip. All right, so that's good. Let's say, okay, everything's reloading.
I'm Melanie Denise, named after my Aunt Denise, born on her birthday.
You're Melanie Denise?
Yeah.
Here, I have to
It says live. I think we're back. I really hope
it is live. We are live.
Experience on YouTube Live, like we're like YouTube Live virgins. I really hope we didn't lose that original one.
I saw it save something, so don't scare me like that. I don't know what happened.
Because then we have to go back and repeat everything. It's not the same.
Hi, I'm Chip. This is Melanie.
The second time's not the same.
You know what matters most is that you and I are here now and with each other. And yeah, they could. I'll put a little caption in there that says, "Yeah, we should put a little caption."
What matters most is you're supposed to listen to me.
That is true. That is true. That matters a lot to me, and that's one of the reasons why
I'm gonna make us go for another walk at Pacifica.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No, that was the defining moment. That was a defining moment, and I was like, oh, she really wants to be in nature. Okay, so let me just succumb to this and feel what it is. So I think, like you, I feel like this is an amazing, I'm not as sad as some people are, because our education system is a complete disaster. It privileges wealthy, white, Eurocentric children and children of color and poor children and rural children and children who aren't in the heart of resources and who don't have families who have resources get horrible educations. Every single thing. Do you know that right at this moment, 90% of the world's school-age children are at home? That is if this isn't a chance to recalibrate what we teach, how we teach, and understand why we're teaching, that I don't know what is. This has never happened in the history of this planet, that everything has come to a stop. We get to reevaluate what we're doing. And as we're struggling to figure out what we can do online, what we can do virtually, and all that stuff, we can also think, what have we not been doing? What have we missed? What are we doing that is keeping certain kids to be privileged and succeeding, and others who consistently fail and who have no access to all of these juicy resources that come with, like, arts education? So I am excited, and I am gonna be putting out a book, a manual, having my active YouTube channel activated. This is what my whole dissertation's about: changing, shaking up the entire world.
Okay, Chip, just in case, I am trusting the universe that original YouTube Live that we just did has been preserved. Just in case, let's do a quick intro. So we've got Chip over here and Melanie over here. And we met at the California Institute of Integral Studies in San Francisco in the you want to talk to a little bit about the program?
Yes. So what I want to say is I have actually, in this moment right now, Melanie, not only am I streaming, but I'm also making sure I'm doing a local recording. So that way, no matter what happens, I'll have the recording that I can upload to YouTube. So we have a backup.
Yeah, and we're excited. This is the first time we've done YouTube Live.
That's right. So this is, okay. So we're actually, everything else was a warm-up. Everything else was a warm-up right now.
All right.
And you are actually looking at my actual home. I usually have my fake home on.
Yeah, put your fake home up there.
I need to put my fake home on. People, I want you to forget everything that you have seen in the last moment, because this is one of my fake homes. You guys get to choose, but this is the one that people seem to like the best. So I'm gonna go to this one.
Like it. How do they like that the best? We need to get them out in nature. Yeah.
You want me to go to nature? Okay, I'll tell you what. I don't know. I get distracted when
bamboo background.
I get distracted when people are
Eiffel Tower. Yeah, that's a nice touch.
Okay, do you just want some green clothes?
I like bamboo. I showed you my bamboo.
I know. I'm gonna keep the bamboo for now. So here's the deal. That's Melanie's house.
Bamboo.
So first of all, this is indeed our
You
first.
gotta go back. You gotta go back. You gotta go back to your real you. I love it. I feel very at home there.
Thank you. Thank you. I think the more important thing is here. I'll go. This is my this is my this is my realness.
So
This
yes,
is my
Chip and I met
realness.
about coming up on 3 years ago,
Yes.
and I love you, Chip. I love Chip. Chip's
Thank
amazing.
you.
I'm so grateful that you guys get the opportunity to get to know him, and he has so much insight, wisdom, just a heart the size of the Grand Canyon. Actually, it explodes out of the Grand Canyon. And just a heart for healing and diversity and integrity. I'm very honored to be here with you today.
You are so sweet. Thank you so much. So, Melanie, Vallee, and I met through California Institute of Integral Studies, where we are in the TID program, the Transformative Studies program, and we have been working for. We've known each other for just about a little over 3 years, and this is one of those things when you meet people and you know they're meant to be part of your tribe, you know they're part of your family, you know they're in your life forever. That's how I felt with Melanie, and it was just mutual love at first sight, and we've had a great journey. But here we are today, and we're talking once again. We're talking about
bonded between chocolate and peppermint essential oil.
We did indeed. I was having tense times, and her oils and potions helped to relax me. But this is crazy. Melanie is enthusiastic about this situation we're in. This world pandemic. You're excited because you think it's an opportunity not only for the world to take a breath, but for us to recalibrate our relationship to the earth. Isn't that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Chip, too, I want to get into just a little bit about your dissertation, what you're doing for your dissertation and studies and passion behind it, and then I can share a little bit about mine.
Great, great.
Well, the breath. So we're gonna during this YouTube live. I started a Facebook live. Anybody's welcome to join me. So every Tuesday at 1:11 for 1 minute, 1:11 to 1:12. I'm actually getting a tattoo. I haven't got it yet. We'll Facebook and YouTube live it.
Quarter note?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
I remember.
Yeah. Do you remember what it's about? What their quarter note is going to represent?
No. But I do remember the quarter note. But I don't remember the quarter
note. Chip, tell us what a quarter note is.
A quarter note, well, a whole note, right? Might be 4 beats, and of course you have a half note, and then a quarter, which is 1/4 of the length of that note.
Yeah.
So it's a very short span of time, and it's an increment of music. It's from our musical genre, and it's an increment of time.
Right, an increment of time. And music is the universal language, right? And music can be soothing to the soul. And so many of us, especially in Western society, and myself included, have a hard time slowing down for a full beat.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 10 years ago, if you told me to meditate, I would probably run the other direction, right? I try to meditate. I don't think I could get past a second. And so the idea is just as a start, right? Every song has a beginning. And so as a beginning to connect to breath, right? All life begins with breath, the first breath of life, is just a pause. So before we have to dive into an hour of meditation with Dalai Lama, we can start with just to pause, a simple pause and breath. Just pause and breathe. I love the idea of the pause with the breath. So the significance of the 1:11 on Tuesday is my son passed on a Tuesday, but when I actually started the Facebook live, I didn't even connect that Tuesday. So I was like, oh, synchronous, so perfect.
Wow.
And coincidence, right? Like coincidental. And do you know what coincidence means, Chip?
Coincidence. To incident.
I love making you think because you're so smart.
2 incidents. I don't know.
Okay, coincidence is a mathematical term to coincide, which means perfect alignment.
Oh,
Ah, not cool.
alignment.
Coincide, coincidence. So 111 goes back to on January 1st of this year. I wanted to actually start like a Facebook Live type of thing, like, and didn't really know how to do it. So I went down to Juanita Beach, which is beautiful, and I wanted to be with Reese. And so I went down there, and my New Year's resolution was to pause and breathe and reflect, and to practice being in a state of grace, because that's where I've experienced feeling him and his presence and his love, and him all around me is in this like very, very genuine state of grace that I hadn't really experienced before in my life. So I really wanted to understand how to connect to that more regularly. And so I went down to the beach to pause and breathe, reflect. And it was at one, and then I was videotaping the sky as I was doing this, and wasn't aware of time, right? So wasn't really paying attention to the time, and videotaping live. And I pause and I say, is that just me? I've never seen things in the clouds. Like I've looked for bunny rabbits and things like that in clouds, but never have been able to like find any definitive objects or animals or anything. So I pause and I look, I say, is that just me? Or is that a face in the sky? And I'm like, whoa. And the first time I said, wow, and the whole face lit up. Yeah, I'm serious. This is we'll post this. Maybe we can post this we'll post this at the end or something.
You can post the image, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then I sent it to a girlfriend. As I sent it to her, it said 111. And so my daughter Aspen, right? She had a right, you know that she got a concussion last year. And then after the concussion, a lot of times, I guess after people have concussions, they'll have these spiritual awakenings. She had this massive blast of a spiritual awakening. She's doing like tarot card readings and connecting to her spirit guides. And, she's like, Mom, you don't really like seem like you're like really connecting to the spirit guide. You have a spirit guide, right? I'm like, oh no, I think it's great. I said, I haven't figured out how to connect to mine, but I'm so glad that you've like found yours. I think that's amazing. So anyway, she's super cute. So she's getting into all of the really like a spiritual, like spirituality, right? Like, it was really amazing to watch her move beyond this 3-dimensional physical body, right? Which isn't even physical, like, right? You break it down and we're like 99.999% space. And so to really see her connect to that 99.99% space, within her existence and being, and how that connects to everything in the universe, the multiverse, the polyverse. It's amazing. So she just lit up, literally. It was phenomenal. So when Reese passed, she's really into angel numbers. I haven't really followed angel numbers, and I kept seeing 444 and 111 showing up repeatedly, which I thought was really cool, but I hadn't even taken the time yet to look up what those angel numbers meant. And so so when I sent this video to my girlfriend Kirsten down in California, she goes, Melanie, this was taken at 111. I said, no, it was taken at 127. I looked down, I was like, no, it was 127. She goes, no, that's how long the recording is, 1 minute and 27 seconds. Oh. It was actually at 111 that you saw his face in the sky. And I was like, what? No way. So I immediately, go to Google, what does 111 mean? And I'll share that later. But it's basically what it means is it's where the metaphysical realm meets the physical realm.
What?
Yeah. And it means that you're in summary, right. Okay. So where I was sitting and taking this video, where I was sitting, the bench that I was sitting on, a bench that I've sat on thousands of times over the last 15 years. I'll go back to the bench. The message that I got so clear from him, and this was actually before I saw his face in the sky. When I was down at Juanita Beach and I was walking back to my truck, And I said, Reese, his little buddy, like that he's up in heaven with, his name's Nick. I said, how is it that I feel Nick's presence around me all the time? And I only feel your presence when I am like at the lake, you know, like either Maidenbower or Juanita Beach. And as I was walking back to my truck, I could hear him laughing because he knows me, right? Well, and he said, Mom, it's intentional. And he's giggling. He said, I want you to connect with me all the time. I want that so much. And I speak a different language now, right? He's not bound by this physical body that has to slow way down to get the thoughts from our brain to the lips, right?
Yeah.
Then communicate. He's like totally in it, right? Spirit, right? And the spirit body, it downloads immediately. Like you're just like downloaded.
Yeah.
So I realized, I said, oh my gosh, it's like it's like I don't speak German, right? Or Mandarin. So if somebody was to speak to me in Mandarin, I wouldn't understand that. So well, how do we communicate? If you speak Mandarin and I don't speak Mandarin, how are we going to communicate? As a question.
Through spirit?
Yes. Yes. Right. And 70+% of communication is nonverbal, right?
We know that. That.
So how else? So through signs.
Yeah.
Right? Through signs, I'd be like pointing, like, you'd be like, oh, rock, stone. Yeah. Oh, right. So it's through signs and whispers. And so the spirit speaks through signs and whispers.
Wow.
So the only way that I have found to feel his presence and his love all around me is through pausing, breathing, and becoming incredibly, I want to say humble, but it really is the state of grace where my physical body has to completely dissolve,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to be fully aware, fully awake, alive, and conscious.
Wow.
And when I'm in that state of grace, fully awake, alive, and conscious, I can feel his spirit, I can see the signs, and I can hear the whispers all around me that he's alive and well. And what's amazing is all of these coincidences happen, right? Perfect alignment and synchronies start to happen all over the place that are sometimes so unbelievable. Like I can't even believe, like I'll tell the stories later, but unbelievable, like just amazing. And so the 111, so that whole story to explain that I saw his face in the sky and I had those revelations right at 111. So that became a very, very, very significant meaning to me. And so then I set my alarm every day for 111. At first I did 11:11. First I tried like 11:11 in the afternoon, 11:11 at night, 1:11 in the morning, 1:11. Kind of took it a little extreme. I tend to be a little extreme. And he's like, Mom, seriously, once a day, right? Like simplify. I keep getting this message, like, make it easy. Life doesn't actually have to be difficult, right?
Yeah.
When we let go of resistance and are flexible, right? And resilient, life can be, it's like a box of chocolates. So, and you can just be open to all of the different flavors and textures and just experiences, like the diversity of experiences that are thrown at us. So I started that at 111, and then I really wanted to be able to share that with others. So so then in my therapy, because I work as a mental health counselor, right, family marriage therapist and chemical dependency addiction counselor, so I set my alarm at 111, and no matter where I'm at in the world, when it goes off, I pause and I breathe for 1 minute. And whoever's with me, I invite them to do the same. Sometimes I don't have a chance to explain it. And so I just say, oh, would you mind? I have my alarm go off at 111 so I can pause and breathe every day, just a mindful reflection. So you're welcome to join me. And then sometimes I have my eyes open, sometimes I don't, depends on mood and where I'm at. But I'll just pause and I'll breathe for 1 minute. And the intention is to connect to the universal frequency of love that's all around us. All we have to do is pause.
Well, that's good for all of us, though. It's good for all of us for so many reasons. We're carrying so much. I think we're all right now in this embedded in trauma. And we are not even recognizing how traumatized we are as a human race, as a people, as human beings. So I think what you're saying is not only about connecting to our past, our loved ones, but also about connecting to ourselves and connecting to this moment. And I think it's good for any of us to take these opportunities to learn to take a moment and breathe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think, Chip, I think a lot of people actually are fully aware of the trauma that they're holding and the trauma that's all around them. Yeah, I think some people are even hyper aware of that, right? Like, and you'll share this with education, right? Like, so many people don't have privilege. They don't have privilege of a good education or resources, even access to clean water in some areas of the world. So yeah. So invitation is Facebook Live every day, 111. Just pause
every day.
No, not every day. I'm sorry. Thank you for clarifying. Every Tuesday.
Thank you.
Every Tuesday at 111. But all yeah, right. I do it everywhere. So
what's your Facebook page?
Melanie Vallee. Yeah.
Just Melanie Vallee.
ANIE VALLEE. Melanie
Thank
Vallee.
you. Thank you. All right.
I think that is it. That's my Facebook, right?
So, and for those of you who are just joining us, I am Charles Chip McNeal. You can call me Chip. And I am in conversation with my collaborator, friend, a co-educator, a learner.
Mister from another mister.
And we are talking about everything that's happening in the world and our relationship to it. And this is one of the first of many conversations you'll see me having with my friends and colleagues around the world. And sometimes we're just chatting, and sometimes we're serious, and sometimes we're not. But at the end, it's all about coming together. It's all about being in conversation, being in dialogue with each other. Your beauty shines through. I see something has changed in you.
My haircut.
No, I just realized it. The light has gotten turned back on.
It's because I have those cords.
Your light has come back on.
All around me.
You are, I see a lightness in you. I'm so pleased. I'm so happy. This is huge.
I have to say, it's the love that I have for my son. And right, his spirit has so infused me and given me hope, peace that surpasses understanding. Yeah, and then him, and then his buddies up there. You know, spirits, they travel in packs. Do
they?
Down here on Earth, yeah. So we have our little pack, right, that we travel with.
Yeah.
Life and our buddies. Some we like more than others. Same up in heaven, like in the spirit world. The spirit realm, I kind of like to think of it as the spirit realm, spirit world. And so, yeah, they travel in packs. So Reese is up there with his buddy Nick and Elise. They didn't actually meet physically on Earth, but that's a whole other story. And then let's see, Reese, Elise, Nick, Armin, and Cynthia. She goes by Sin. Yeah, so they're all up there, and so I have the privilege when I pause, right, and I'm fully awake and unconscious. Conscious, just to clarify, I did say conscious, not unconscious. Then yeah, to be able to connect to their love. So I have to say that is maybe what you're seeing and experiencing.
Yeah. It is what I'm seeing, and it's a beautiful thing. I saw a different side of you, a loving side of you that is part of the phase of you know, one of the phases of life, right? Parts where we feel a little bit like our light is dulled and doesn't shine. Hey, speaking of which, I have something to show you. La da 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 da.
You know, I was gonna say earlier, and I was like, no, that's henna. It's henna. Are you serious?
Right before coronavirus, 2 weeks before coronavirus hit, some energy came to me. I have tattoos. I have a lot of tattoos, really. You don't think of me as being some hardcore guy with tattoos everywhere. But anyway, I do have a lot of tattoos, but the spirit came to me and said, you, because, I had torn my rotator cuff, had surgery February 5th. I've been coming back from it. I can use this arm a little bit, which is why you see me gesturing. But if you'll see, I never really actually raised this arm because I can't do that yet. But this mandala in the center really represents gratitude. And I can upload a picture which will give you a much better image of it, but it is gratitude, and it is this beautiful radiance that sort of comes away. And so what it is me radiating gratitude into the world. And yeah,
So it means gratitude, like the mandala.
The whole symbol is a symbol of gratitude with energy being extended. Yeah, mandalas, these different shapes and different things have like they infer different kinds of things and energy and things like this. So at the heart of it is gratitude, and the symbols that come from this and this mandala is about radiance. So gratitude radiating into the world. That's what this symbol. This is radiation. This is radiance.
Love it.
And this is gratitude.
Okay, what's so cool about that? Are you familiar with the Emoto studies? Dr. Emoto, the water, right?
Oh, yes, of course.
All the water studies.
Yes.
So they took water, right? And how much water is our body made of? 70%?
70, arguably about 70, somewhere around 70%.
Yeah. So he took water, right? And then either spoke words to it, thought words to it, or put words on it. And then he let that water sit overnight, and then they froze the water, and then they put it underneath a microscope to look to see how it crystallized. And so when you spoke love or put like Mother Teresa onto the water, it had this beautiful symmetrical, it froze into this beautiful symmetrical snowflake. And when you said hate to the water or put Hitler on the water, it turned into this murky, unsymmetrical snowflake. And so they did all these studies, and they found that 2-word combinations were the most powerful of all the word combinations to promote healing. Rapid healing. Are you getting your notes?
I'm getting a piece of paper. I'm getting a piece of paper because.
Guess what 2 words those are? You just said one of them. You just said one of them. Your mandala.
Mandala.
Yeah. Radiance
and
gratitude.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Gratitude. I got spacey for a second.
I know.
So gratitude.
I think it's how I'm asking it.
So gratitude goes on the thing.
One of them. Yep. So gratitude's one of the 2 words. Okay, and then just like think about
love.
Yes.
It has to be love.
It is. Gratitude and love.
Okay, I missed the gratitude one, but I got the love one. I just want to get.
You didn't miss it. You have it tattooed on your hand.
It's in me. It's in me.
Yes. And what's so cool is we're 70% water, so you literally tapped it. The mandala kind of looks like a snowflake.
Yeah, it does look like a snowflake.
It's so cool. It's symmetrical, and then it radiates out just like you into the world. So amazing. That's so amazing.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. I want to get my quarter note tattoo and a mandala.
Where are you putting this tattoo? Where on your body?
Right on my left wrist, right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
how big? 2 inches?
Probably like an inch. Yeah, probably an inch. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. And I want it to be a thing. So if anybody wants to get one with me, the universal, right? Music is again, then yeah, right.
You want the whole world to get the same tattoo?
The whole world. And we're not tattooing anything on our foreheads.
Thank you.
We are tattooing it on our wrist as a Yeah, and the idea is to connect to the universal frequency of love.
I love it.
Every time you see your quarter note, your musical note.
Can we post a picture of that
quarter note
that, and I have it somewhere.
It's so cool. The one that I like looks like the Nike swoosh. It's actually really cool looking.
Well, we don't want it to look like the Nike swoosh, do we?
No. Well, you can just do it. You can take that mantra and just pause and breathe.
That's true.
but the quarter note.
Wait here. Let's see if I can
Quarter
do
rest
this.
note. So Chip,
If I can do this, hold on. If I can do this, hold on.
are you drawing it out?
No, I'm not drawing it out. I have an image and I'm trying to
perfect.
send it to myself.
Oh, nice. Here. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna Google it actually. You're so smart, Chip.
Okay, here. I think I did it.
Here it is.
Yay! That's what I wanted you to do. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's it. Isn't that cool?
So people who are looking, that's the quarter note. That's beautiful. It has a beautiful energy, beautiful. I just love the way it looks. Yeah.
Full flow. So the only challenge right now is that I think all the tattoo parlors are closed.
They are.
So I might have to do it myself. Hey, that would be cool.
No, you have to wait till this is over. No, I'm not gonna go with that. You're not gonna get me approving of that.
Oh.
That's not gonna happen. You're not in prison. You're not doing self tattoos.
I wonder if I could, if we masked up. I wonder if we masked up, if I could have a tattoo artist come over to my house, like
you know, it's so funny because
I ordered this on Amazon.
That's just scary. That's not. We're not living in a. When
everybody's out with their masks, when it's mandated, because I think it might have just gotten mandated in Kirkland, and this is secondhand information, not sure. But because I'm like refused, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna wear a mask. No, not until it's mandated. So when it's officially mandated, everybody's gonna go out there with their little masks that really don't do much. But no, I'm gonna be wearing. I'm wearing that.
Listen, that is crazy. That is
badass.
That is straight up crazy. That is
I don't have to worry about people thinking I'm crazy, right? Because guess why?
But here's the thing.
Look at, because they won't see me.
Okay, here's my thing. You actually stumbled onto something. Here, when it comes to pet peeves, rants, and raves, listen, here's my thinking about people need tattoos. People need tattoos. Tattoos are healing and they're part of the universe.
Do you know I have tattoos?
I do.
Surprise.
No, I do know that. I'm trying to think about where they were. And I can't remember one right now.
Are you surprised? Because you kind of think I'm a prude.
I do a little bit.
You totally do.
I do.
I'm not as prudish as you think I am.
I know that.
I'm a Scorpio. I have like hidden secrets.
You have hidden secrets.
Yeah.
So, but can I make this is a central point.
It's a lotus on my shoulder.
That's right.
A lotus flower.
I want people to be able to hire private tattoo artists to come to their house, glove up, and do tattoos in your home. I think mobile tattoo artists are the thing of the future.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Just saying.
I don't know. There's something cool though about the ambiance. Like somebody who tends to be on the outside a little prudish. I like the badass aspect of going into the tattoo parlor, right? Like on my Harley, like revving it up, and then just pulling in, right? Yeah. Smoke coming out of the back, and then just.
Well, I prefer my tattoo artist is loving and kind. He's almost like a wise man. He's Asian Pacific Islander descent. He is like a beautiful young wise man. I don't know how you become a young wise man, but he is, and it's a spiritual experience mine with him. So it's not such a rough and tumble like, yeah, let's be bikers. It's more of a spirit is being, coming out of you. So I don't know. It's a different thing.
It's the yin and the yang. It's the balance and the harmony.
It's all good. There's no judgment. It's just different.
Totally.
No judgment. No judgment.
What?
Are you like at home? Huh?
What's that?
Are you at home like all day by yourself?
Oh, yeah, but you know what? It's not bad because you know why?
You have a lot of stuff to do, like decluttering. Are you decluttering?
Yeah, I sent you the coloring.
So talk about that. I cleaned up 2 drawers that I've never opened in my life in my house. I cleaned and straightened these drawers. I'm organizing my closet. Things I've never gotten around to. I am doing.
Doesn't it feel good?
I love it. I
It
love
feels
it.
so good.
I
Okay,
love
so
it.
Chip, I'm so glad you asked me this. Okay, so remember when we were in comps last
Yep.
year?
Yep.
Okay, that was traumatizing.
Traumatizing. Trauma.
Hardest thing I've ever done. It was
Hardest
like
thing
the
we've
equivalent-
ever done.
It was like the equivalent of climbing Mount Everest mentally and emotionally. Only I didn't train. Right? Going up into the altitudes, I'm like, oh, I can't breathe.
It was hard. It was hard.
Oh my gosh, it was so freaking hard. And I had zero social life, right? 80-hour weeks, but still have to work. So I'm working 30 hours a week, and then right, we're spending like 30 plus hours minimum getting through our literature comps and and our methodology.
Hardest thing.
And so yeah, I was locked up for 3 months. No, what we had January, February, March, April, May, right? And then I'd take the extension. And so yeah, pretty much 6, and I had to work through summer. So 7, 8. So I felt like I was cooped up for 8 months, right? With my head in books and writing. That was bad. That was like torturous, right? And then on the whole, for the end goal that we're trying to bring healing and transformation into the world. But yeah, so that was hard. So this compared to that is not bad, right? And so one of the things that, I was actually just thinking that this morning, is we could be using this time for our research.
Oh,
because last year, my friends thought I didn't like them. They're like, what, Melanie, seriously, you need to get out of the house. Like, this is not healthy. I'm like, I know. That goes back to educational conversation, right?
Yeah.
Like, how come education can't be healthy? Because sometimes when you're higher education, it doesn't feel healthy.
it's true.
I was like, I know. And I felt so bad for not connecting. It was really a split loyalty. It was so hard to disconnect from friends so that I could get that coursework done. And so now it's cool if you stay in. If you go outside, you're like, people, you're being selfish and can put people at risk.
Perfect time for research.
Why don't we should be researching.
Perfect time for research.
Yeah.
I have just basically been developing some new programs around my work and things like that, and that's taken a lot of energy. But as you see, I'm now shifting into my own personal work, into my own research as well. And you're absolutely right. First of all, the next thing for me being at the dissertation stage, at the proposal stage, is to finish my proposal, defend my proposal, and then get deep into that research. Because here's what I'm going to tell you, Melanie. I have good reason to believe we need to finish our degree this year.
Yeah, we do. Amen. I totally.
That's all I'm saying.
No, seriously. If not by the end of summer.
If not by the end of summer.
Hey, seriously.
No, we're going to sit down and
we're quarantined until the end of the summer, and
we're quarantined. We're quarantined.
Then yeah, something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Something wrong with us.
Something's wrong with us.
Yeah, I agree. I totally
agree. I agree.
Okay, so I would love on our next YouTube live to get a little bit into our dissertations and our research and what and why we're doing it.
Let's do that.
Those conversations with people on the next Facebook Live.
Yes.
We have to also, I want to make sure that we remember, you're going to take us through a 3-minute dance. I'll take us through a 1 minute. I'll take us through it's almost 1:11. Oh my gosh. I'll take us through a 1 minute mindful pause and breathe and connect to the universal frequency of love. And again, how we connect to that is by imagining our physical bodies fading and really connecting to that 99.999% empty space that's connected to universal intelligence and universal love.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the coronavirus, I'm in the epicenter, as I was saying earlier, like literally. Okay. So Chip, seriously, right? Last year, right?
This is crazy.
Okay.
And the fact that you're trying to ignore the fact that we're in a worldwide pandemic and that they closed down India. No, listen, they closed India.
I have fully embraced it. It's
Do you understand?
amazing.
Do you
I
understand?
love the coronavirus.
Okay, I'm gonna bring you to the profundity.
It's the crown of Mama Earth.
Yes, I'm gonna bring you to the profundity of the moment of when you closed down India, the country of India. Like when you close India, that's a worldwide pandemic. That's nothing bigger than killing 1.3 billion people.
Worldwide pandemic. It's not the coronavirus. That's the smoke in the mirror.
That's the smoke?
That is the smoke in the mirror.
What is it then?
The 4 agreements. Just gonna put that out there.
What are the 4 agreements?
In the mirror. It's like if you have a fire. Look, if you have a fire, right? My house is on fire. I call 911. My house is on fire. You guys need to come out here.
Fire.
And they start spraying the smoke. They start spraying the water, trying to put out the smoke. We're not addressing the fire, the fucking fire that started this bullshit in the first place.
And the fire is?
The fire is having no integrity with our earth home, our habitat.
The fire is the abominational and horrible way that we have inhabited this planet.
And one another.
And one another.
And one another.
So this is a chance for the entire human race to recalibrate how we treat each other, how we inhabit this earth.
Self-society and transformation, right? First year in this PhD program, one of the required courses. How does government control the sheeple? How does government do that?
How?
It's a 4-letter word. It starts with F. It's a 4-letter word and it starts with F.
That's right. Trump. No, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not allowed to say that word. It's so funny that I said that because I actually never say it.
Oh my God.
And I'll never say it again, ever. So for everybody, anybody who's watching, you'll never hear me say that word again. I'll just say the person whose name.
We'll just use it. How about Pig Latin? How about umptre?
That sounds too attractive.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I've got somebody roll. I think it's Amazon. I should not be buying Amazon. That's not good for the environment. But you can't really go to the grocery store.
No, you have to get things delivered, but don't touch the box for 4 hours.
I know, and I have to spray it. So
I spray it with Lysol and let it sit for 4 hours.
I spray mine with thieves oil.
Okay.
That's better for the environment.
I'm just trying not to get the corona. I don't really care at this point. I'll spray it with anything.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm trying.
So yes.
We're having. Listen, the whole world is stopped. Can we just accept and acknowledge that that's crazy?
It is. It's totally crazy. I might mute for a quick second because my puppy just saw the Amazon guy. Okay, he's doing good. Good job, Flex.
Okay.
Good job. Right. Okay, so no, this is why I'm excited, okay? First of all, what do we have to fear but fear? It's the 4-letter word was fear. What do we have to fear?
Oh, okay. You're answering that question. Okay.
But fear itself.
Yeah.
Fear is just an illusion.
It's an illusion.
You know what the word evil means?
Evil means live.
That's right. It's live backwards.
I know something.
So live, L-I-V-E, live, or live. Live is, Latin for live. L-I-V-E is life. Backwards is evil. So all evil meant is to anything that will cause us to move away.
Move away. Move away.
Anything that causes us to move away from life.
Yeah.
That meant. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. I just learned that actually.
It's not. Well.
Of course, you know that.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, let me see can you hear this? Hold on.
At this point. Is this our 3-minute dance? It's fading out. I can't hear it. There we go.
So, so,
okay.
so my approach to healing is you need to put on, here's what I'm going to tell everybody, and I'm going to do it with you, but not every day. I'll just do it with you a couple times a week. We need to put on a song, a piece of music that it lifts your spirit. It's not even up to you. It's not a decision. It is in your genes. It's genetic. It is in your very seat of your soul. You put that music on and you can't not move. And you just dance with no inhibitions. I mean, with all, just let everything go. It means nothing. Dance like nobody's watching. This is part of what we need to do I'm being honest. This
that
is
could be hard to do on YouTube Live.
Yeah,
watching.
This is part of what we need to do to heal our spirits and can reconnect with our body and with each other.
Okay,
so
this is so perfect.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do a 3-minute dance intermission. And you know what, at this point, Chip, seriously, this is our first YouTube Live. We only have how many minutes till 1:11? I think we need to maybe just see if we can possibly make this
21 minutes more?
Well, we can always cut it off. But hey, this is a worldwide thing. There's a worldwide epidemic. What do people have to do? They're at home. Seriously. Yeah. We're entertaining them through education, love, light, and silliness.
Yeah, for anybody watching this video, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? How many Netflix? You can binge. Listen, I watched that thing. I have a rule. If I actually say the name of something, then that means I'm endorsing it. If I say the name, the title, the thing, I'm really trying to be very specific. I'm endorsing it. But I'm not going to endorse just crap and crap. So anyway, all you people who are just binging, watching Netflix, and I know there's some good titles and some really crazy ones, and I'm not going to name that title that's crazy, that has an animal in it. You need to stop watching them and start watching me.
Nice. Amen. Totally. I will stop watching Netflix and watch you.
Stop watching Netflix and start watching me. Come back to this channel and say, what the hell did Chip post? Because he's talking about pretty much nothing.
And when Chip's not available, watch Game Changers. The Game Changers. Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of the producers on it. And it's about athletes and some of the most famous athletes, like the strongest man in the world, the strongest man to date that we know of. He broke the world record for strongest men. He can lift like 5 men. It's amazing.
And he's a vegan.
He's a vegan.
Yeah. I think that's crazy. I don't even know how that's possible, because if you don't get enough protein, you can't build muscle.
Well, that's a fallacy. That is not even true. So
what?
Watch this documentary, The Game Changers. And it's a game changer. It's a game changer. I've wanted to be vegetarian for so long, and it's hard. The mindset is hard.
No, but everybody can't be vegetarian. Well, that's like saying, listen, we're not like zebras. We can't just all like graze on green things. Listen, if I don't eat meat, I become very, very much in a bad mood.
Okay, just watch it. Don't stop eating meat. Just watch it, and we'll have a conversation about it. It'll be a great conversation. It would be such a great conversation. We can are people able to like write in like questions like on Facebook Live? They can write
Yes, because when this video is posted, there's a place underneath it where people can make comments.
Okay, great.
And things like that.
So we're gonna have a really awesome lively conversation next time about that movie, The Game Changers. So anybody that wants to join us on our next YouTube Live, watch The Game Changers, and join us anyway, even if you don't watch it. But if you want to join a lively conversation.
Okay, so wait, I'm gonna find the link.
Vegan versus carnivore eating.
Well, here's the thing. Game Changers is the name of the title of the film.
Yeah, it's a documentary. It's either The Game Changers or Game Changers, and it's about athletes.
It's called The Game Changers.
And who's the director?
And actually, you're saying it's based on this website called GameChangersMovie.com food recipes?
Yes.
Oh, that's the thing. So here's what I'm going to do. This is why I was trying to get you to do this. We're live. This is going to be on my YouTube channel. Watch this. I'm going to say, people, I'm typing this right now. People, do you see the link I put in the chat? You can go find this right now. People, here is the link.
I can't wait for you to watch it.
People, here's the link. So I am going to put the link right there and comment, and boom. So the link has already been added to the live stream, and when the video is posted there, people are going to be able to see that link.
Okay, we are ready for a 3-minute dance party. And then Chip, what do you think about closing this out at 1:11? We'll close it out with that mindful, we're going to pause and breathe at 1:11 and connect to the universal frequency of love all together.
Okay. Yeah. I want to point something out. You know what's happening right now also, right now, live?
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth right now is addressing the United Kingdom.
Oh, yeah?
QE2.
What is she addressing?
That's a good point, because it comes back to what the hell is a monarchy and what is it good for?
I know monarchy.
Is it helping? Not a monarchy, but a royalty. What's the whole point of having this antiquated version of leadership when in fact she has no legal authority whatsoever, but in fact is costing the people tens of thousands of dollars in order to keep them in the lifestyle to which they've accustomed. So she's addressing the people right now to say, hey, you guys, don't worry. I know it's the COVID-19, the days of it, but we're strong and we're British and we'll get through it and we're powerful, whatever. You know what? How about you give back some of the money from the crown and people can go and buy food and pay for, you know what I mean? How about that? Give some of the money back.
Corona means crown.
Corona needs crown. How about you give back some of the crown jewels and then let people buy food and pay their rent, and you don't need those jewels sitting in a vault somewhere. How about that? Take them apart, jewel by jewel, and give it to the people. Give it back to the people.
That's right.
So she's addressing. So you have the courts. For those of you who are just joining us, this is I like having a talk show. I've been wanting to have a talk show.
This is so great.
I'm Chip McNeil. This is Melanie Vallee. Melanie's holding up something, what we call a rose quartz. And I want you guys, if there's anything I want you to know when you leave here today, is what a rose quartz is. Because this came from my altar, the altar you see behind me. And I sent that to Melanie as part of a care package, a package that is filled with love and joy. And I literally sent her a piece of my spirit. I literally feel like I sent you a piece of my spirit.
Oh my gosh, we never finished that thought earlier. So you've had your altar, did you say 15 years?
Yeah.
And never once, and your altar is
I never take anything away. And
your altar is the special things that you've collected, like your special, like your.
These are the sacred things, whether someone's given me a jewel or a stone or a sacred object, objects of power and spirit and community are the things that make up this. And so there's stones from the Acropolis. There are idols from Greece, from Athens, Greece.
Wow.
You can't take a stone today. I got this stone over 35 years ago when you could still actually literally take a stone, but they said if everybody took a stone, then the whole thing would be gone, and that's true. But today you can't do that. That's why you don't ever take anything from the beach. Leave it for future generations.
Well, maybe next time you go to Athens, you can bring it back.
That's one of my dreams. I would do that, actually. But they're fertility statues and statues of prayer and shamanism and all kinds of sacred objects, that including, and now I don't normally show anybody these things, including this beautiful jade Buddha. This beautiful jade Buddha. So these things have just beautiful reverence for me, and help me to remember my connection to both sacred places on the earth and different periods of time in history in which important things have transpired that help people remember how connected we all are to mind, body, and spirit.
That's amazing.
So anyway, I sent her this beautiful rose quartz. Tell them what a rose quartz is. Go.
Oh my gosh, I almost want to go get Chip. So Chip wrote out a whole page for me of the meaning of rose quartz. And it is so beautiful. Chip, while I share what I remembered from your letter that explained, I mean, it's a whole entire page.
It is.
So could you pull up on Google and the meaning of rose quartz and add anything I forget? But basically, it means love. It means love. Rose quartz is known for its healing properties. It really connects our heart to the heart of one another, the heart of the world. It's just, it's amazing healing. It's also great for people who've experienced trauma. It brings a lot of, like it helps to ease the burden that
Yes.
trauma can, yeah, it can
I
ease the
love the
burden
way
that trauma can really.
yeah.
Anytime we talk about trauma, I get a little like, I kind of lose my words because I feel like I've experienced a ton of it, and especially like most recently.
You have.
But yeah, trauma has a way of really dampening our spirit, and sometimes it can be pretty hard to get to kind of like pick yourself back up, right? Pull your bootstraps up,
Right.
keep going. So the rose quartz in those moments can really remind us that no matter what type of trauma we've experienced, are experiencing in our lives, that there is hope. So to me, this rose quartz that you blessed me with offers me hope, that there is still love in the world, that love will conquer all, love does conquer all. And even through the midst of our pain and the deepest suffering that can sometimes feel like it can take us out, is to look up, not down,
Mm-hmm.
to look up and remember that love is all around us. It really
Mm-hmm.
is. It really is.
Thank you. As you were saying that, Melanie, I'm reminded that this quartz is like a concentrated type of energy. And if we just remember the fact that we are made up of organic materials, we are minerals and water, and we have all these same elemental things. We're not so very different than that rose quartz, in some ways. And so thank you for recognizing that the rose quartz, it actually is a gentle pink stone that represents the heart chakra, not in the way that this color green represents, but it represents the stone. As a stone, it represents the heart. It's a crystal of unconditional love. And not only is it really about peace and love and tenderness, but most importantly, because it speaks to the heart chakra, it has the ability, and here's the thing that you're getting, to dissolve emotional wounds and fears and resentments and hatred. It helps to transmute that energy into something beautiful and loving and reawakened. And that is the healing power of that stone. And that is why its power spoke to me. And so what happened, I haven't even told you the essence of the beautiful part of the story. So I've got several different kinds of stones sitting over there. And the stone spoke to me and I said, what is this? What do you mean this is what you've been thinking about for Melanie? I'm like, I'm not giving her my stone from my altar. And I went to my husband, my spouse, and I said, Mika, what stone is this? I think it's a pink stone. It's a quartz, but I can't be sure. He said, oh, that's a rose quartz. That's a healing stone. And I went,
I love that.
it wants to be with Melanie. She needs it more than I do. And my altar called out. And that's why I sent you that as part. Did you tell me what happened with the other things I sent you, those beautiful herbs and tinctures I sent? Did you use those?
No.
Not yet.
Okay. I have them. You know why? Is I took them to my office and I've been sharing them with all of my clients, the story, like, and how sweet it is. And so I haven't been back to my office since we got quarantined.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I shouldn't say that. Yes, I have been sharing them with all of my clients.
That's lovely. Yeah. I love that.
And it so inspired me to I was like, okay, this is a nice segue. Okay. So Chip, do you want to share why the rose quartz, how you said it spoke to you? We'll get into this in our next time together. But I have figured out how shape-shifting happens. Right? Now you have to remember, I am a scientific woo-woo. If you had mentioned shape-shifting to me, like over 4 months ago, right? Reese passed over November 12th. So anytime before November 12th, I would have been like, shape shifting is weird. Like that is like in my realm of even conversation. So no, it's so true though. And it makes so much sense.
This sounds woo-woo to me.
No,
this
you
sounds
know
woo-woo to me.
But this is how, and we'll get into it more later. And this is how I understand it. There's different, actually, you know what I should say, I haven't studied shapeshifters. My understanding is that things can take on different shapes, right? Like you have the ability. So in the spirit, so I'm not talking aliens, like there's a whole like alien conversation about shapeshifters. So that's for another day, not talking about that. I'm talking about how I was able to connect with my son after he passed over to the spirit world. And I couldn't function. And I literally, I mean, you know this, Chip. There was days that I did not want to keep living. Like, seriously. I just wanted to be done with this world and go to spirit world and be with him. So what's kept me here is you and Aspen, right? All my beautiful friends. And like things like this, right? The rose quartz that you sent me, the reminder that love is all around us all the time. So Reese kept showing up as a hummingbird, right? And I'll read the hummingbird story next time. It's so, oh man, there's a whole story behind the hummingbird. And I told you the rose, right? He keeps giving me roses. It's like the sweetest thing ever. And there's a whole story behind roses. There's like 5 stories behind roses at least. And then again, you sent me this rose on a day that I needed it. It was a day I needed it so bad. And so how and maybe shapeshifters isn't the right word, but how I understand it is, to your point, we were talking earlier, that everything is frequency. Everything rides on frequency. The entire multiverse, everything is frequency, right? Mm-hmm. That's how we can see each other in it, right? YouTube Live is how we can see each other around the world. Like
frequencies.
Take that in. You are in California. I am in Washington.
This is crazy.
How did this happen?
I don't know. It's crazy.
Okay, how do you understand this happens? Because this is a perfect segue into shapeshifters. We have been shapeshifted. Think about it. How is it that I can see you?
The image.
And be with you.
The image of my being is captured in frequencies. And the frequencies are sent through some, I don't know how to get there. And they come out the other side and it's reassembled as my image.
Okay, so maybe we can interview somebody who gets this, because I don't.
Because I don't get it. I don't get it. How does this happen?
This is the most rudimentary expert.
I don't even know how a phone works.
I know, right? Okay, so I don't understand that. We're going to interview an expert. That's the whole point of this, right? We don't have to be experts in everything. We're going to bring the experts in.
Yeah.
So my understanding is that we get, right, you and I, so you, the image of you, like who you are, gets broken down into a billion little pieces, right? And then it goes through these invisible waves, right? Right. If you think about it, the waves, like the frequencies, all these little pixels, so billions of, I think it might be billions. It's gotta be.
It's billions.
Billions of little pixels. So Chip gets blasted into a trillion little teeny microscopic, so small you can't see them. And then those travel through a frequency to the other 2 states away and show up. They put them all back together, and they come all back together, and voila, here you are.
Wow.
It's trippy. It really
wow.
Is. So
we need a scientist. We need a scientist.
We really do.
Because that's crazy.
How about Bill Nye the Science Guy? Whatever happened?
Let's call him up.
Yeah.
Next time he'll be a guest.
Man, Tesla. I wish he was here. Maybe we can embody.
Oh yeah, Tesla.
Yeah. Okay, so how I think this works is, right, some of my research I've gone over is the different brain waves, right, and how they relate to spirit, like how we can connect. So I think that another thing, we can get into this later, but holy crap, it's 108.
I know.
Chip, You were all freaking out that we weren't going to have anything to talk about for 20 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes.
No, we're there.
We haven't even done the dance party yet.
No, we did it. We did a
No,
dance.
that was not a 3-minute dance party. And our beautiful people with us today and in the future can't even hear the music. I was like, you need to go get like your boom box or something.
Well, no, I can play it on the computer. I was playing it from my phone.
That was not a dance party in our chair.
Oh my word, Lee.
And I know you've got your little broken wing.
I got a broken wing.
We're gonna protect your.
So I can only dance with half of my wing.
Yes, and that's okay.
Okay, go ahead. It's almost 1:11. We got to get ready.
So yeah, when my alarm goes off, which it does every day, we're gonna pause and breathe. I'm gonna hold my rose quartz.
I'm so excited.
Your heart and Reese's heart. So I'll see if I can do this in 2 minutes. So Reese keeps giving me roses, right? And keeps showing up in my life as a hummingbird. And so how that happens is in the spirit world, it's a frequency beyond gamma. So we have 5 brainwaves, 5 that I'll get into later. The highest one is gamma, right? And we don't know anything that goes above gamma yet. I believe that what's beyond gamma is the spirit world. That's where our spirit resides, right? And so beyond gamma is this frequency. So it's like my dog Flex, right? He can hear decibels that I can't hear. He can hear higher frequencies that I can hear. So in the spirit world, right, they are at a way higher frequency, way higher. We're down here in 3D, low, dense, slow. It's like watching a movie when you put it into like slow motion. That's being human. That's what it feels like, right? You have to like physically move one foot in front of the other, and it takes forever to get to places and do things. In the spirit world, they're not bound by that. Oh, here we go. 111.
What do we do?
We're gonna pause and breathe. We're gonna connect. Pause and breathe with the intention of connecting to the universal frequency of love. Here we go. That was a minute.
Wow.
Did it feel like a long time or a short time?
Felt like a long time.
Yeah, isn't it amazing? People are like, I'm late. I'm running late to my counseling appointment, right? We have like technically 53 minutes together is what insurance will cover. And so they're like, oh, I'm running late. I think I might only have like, I'm only going to get there for half hour. Like I'm only be able to be at my appointment for a half hour. And I was like, are you kidding? Do you know how much ground we can cover in a half hour? A Super Bowl is made, you can win a Super Bowl in a minute. A lot can be done in a minute. You can orgasm in a minute, right? So a lot can be, and there's all the different types of orgasms. That will be another conversation.
I want to learn about all this.
Oh, hey, I am like a trained sex therapist.
Are you a sex therapist?
Well, I'm family, marriage, right? And I do addiction and dual diagnosing. And yes, I do a lot with sex therapy.
Okay. Well, we are going to be excited about that for a future convo. I want to hear all about that because we need help. Everybody needs help.
So how Reese shows up, right? So spirit, totally different frequency, right? They are completely different frequency, and they don't speak English or Russian or Vietnamese, right? They speak a universal language. That's the spirit language. It's universal. And it's such a high frequency that we have to be at the very peak of whatever the human frequency, the physical body frequency can be. And then you have to blast out of that. So that's where you have to dissolve the physical body, right? You have to dissolve that physical body and really connect to allow the spirit to be released from the physical body. I have to be transparent here. I have not, to me, that's like Jedi, like that's out there in like Jedi, right? Like world. Like, so I'm not there yet. I'm still probably like a yellow belt.
Yeah.
When it comes to connecting to spirit. But so okay, so Reese is now crossed over to the spirit world, and within the spirit world, like he's connected to the 100%, right? He is no longer 99.9% connected to space. Like he's at such a high frequency, and he can and so that frequency, just like how you and I see each other,
Mm-hmm.
his spirit, the frequency that his spirit operates at, can show up in your rose quartz. He spoke to you. In spirit world, spoke to you. And because you're so attuned and connected to spirit, you heard him. Right? And that spirit fused with your spirit, right? You became one with that spirit, the universal love, and connected to spirit world. And spirit world spoke to you, Reese spoke to you and said, Chip, I would love for you. My mom needs love right now, and she adores you. You have no idea. You'll know in the spirit world how much she loves and adores you. And she could really use this rose in her life right now. And you listened to the prompting. You heard the whisper.
I think you're right. I think you're right. I think you're right. That's a really good note to
So it's not necessarily shape-shifting. Maybe it's more of fusing, right? Like his spirit fuse, like you can, and that's how the Jedis move objects. They figured that out.
Right. No, that's true. That's how the Jedis moved objects. That's a little freaky.
So we've got lots of conversations. We're setting up this because I want to do, we got to figure out how to do this simultaneously, because I want my
the way we do it really simply, I think I figured it out actually, is if you how do we stream to we can only stream to one place, but we could either do Facebook or YouTube, but
we'll figure it out. Okay. Yeah. I have a question for the viewers. I have a question for all you guys out there. Yeah. So my YouTube channel, Chip, I want to ask you this too, is so I have 2 names for my YouTube channel, and I'm trying to figure out which name to use. So maybe I'll throw this out here. So if anybody has any suggestions, I'm open to feedback. So the two names that I've come up with, one is the title of my book that I'm working on.
Yes.
Am I bitch, a Barbie, a saint, or just fucking crazy?
A great title for a book, by the way.
So that's coming. Hopefully that'll be done by the end of the year. I need $1 million. I need like $1 million. Hey, have you ever thought about the difference between 1,000 and 1,000,000? How many zeros is it?
3.
Is it, or is it 1? 2? Is it 2 zeros? So no
1,000.
And then add a zero is 10,000. Add another zero, it's 100,000. Right.
Third zero.
So is it 3 or 4?
3.
So 3 zeros. So the difference between 1,000 and 1,000,000 is only 3 zeros.
I think so. I'm like 1,000 children. Take it out.
Chip and I are creative. We are
children. Take out your pen.
Right brain creatives, not left brain.
Yes. Oh wait, that's not helping you. You're looking at all my private. You're looking at all my private thing. Anyway, the answer is it is 3 zeros. 1,000.
That's not my strength. Okay, so
it's 1,000,000.
So the difference between 1,000 and 1,000,000 is only 3 zeros. It's a zero.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? So even frequency, money, right, is currency. Do you know why they call it currency?
Because it's current.
Like a current in the river.
Yeah.
So the river has a current. It means constantly moving. So money is just energy. It's frequency that's constantly moving, just like the current in the river. It's all energy that moves it. Did you look like you paused? Pretty paused.
I just, sometimes you have new information that I'm like, I didn't know that. You have so many facts. All right, listen, we got to get ready to go. We got to say goodbye. And I don't know how to say goodbye except.
Hold on, no, Chip. The dance party.
We're gonna do a dance party.
Okay,
you have a choice. You have a choice. Okay, we're gonna go. By the way, this dance party is gonna be focused on Aretha because I'm still.
Oh, hold on. Okay, before we close, two things.
Okay.
We need to let the viewers know when we're gonna come. Not viewers. I don't like to call them viewers. We need to let our family know.
The people.
The
people. Let the people.
It's more than the people.
They are, but why not be the people?
Because it's
we the people. We the people.
We the family.
We the family.
So we have to let them know when we're going to come back, where to find us.
All right. Well, it will. I think Sundays might work. So
I love Sundays. Sundays are great for me.
Yeah.
And then maybe we do. What time did we start today? Because it was perfect.
11. We started 11:10. We should start at 11 or 11:30.
Okay. Well, the 111. We have to incorporate the 111 in there because I love this. The 111 on Sundays. So do we want to do an hour? Like maybe continue
1 hour.
So what about, and then we want to go beyond. So what about 12:30 to 1:30?
12:30 to 1:30.
That works.
Let's try that. Let's try it.
Okay. 12:30 to 1:30. Chick McNeal, Melanie Vallee. We may end up both having our own I keep saying Facebook, YouTube lives. But in the time being, we're going to be back here next Sunday from 12:30 to 1:30.
It's true.
And okay, so for the family, for our my universal global family, I like to say global. So
global family.
For all you out there,
I like global family.
For all y'all, okay, let me know. So am I bitch a Barbie or Saint or just fucking crazy for YouTube channel or save your ass?
Why do you have to have bitch and ass in these titles? Is there any other choice? I mean, seriously?
Okay, save your ass from depression, right? Save your ass from depression, disease, and Trump.
I'll pick that up.
It could be all the ways all of the tools that I've learned over my short little lifespan. It's kind of like survival tools for the 21st century, the Anthropocene, the Trump epidemic, and the coronavirus. It's the savior. It's all of the things that, like the toolbox of things that I've discovered over the years that I think could be really helpful for people. So those are the two titles. Let me know what you think. And then we will get into, so next Tuesday, join me on Tuesdays, Facebook Live. You can count on me Tuesdays, Facebook Live from 1:11 to 1:12. We're going to do that 1 minute meditation, connecting the universal frequency of love. And then I'll be on about 10 minutes before, 10 minutes after. And one last thing. So we've got lots of topics. Chip, you and I are going to have to go back through and watch this and write down all the topics that we're going to come back to.
Oh, like we'll forget, but yes,
I know,
we can do that. We can do that. All right, we gotta go.
Coronavirus. We started this whole conversation too. We were going to talk about the coronavirus. So we will continue, and why I'm excited about it. So that will, so to be continued. I'm going to take, okay, we got to hear the music, Chip. Hey, McNeal. Okay. I can't hear the music.
You can't hear it?
No. You got to blast that music, Chip. Blast it.
Wait.
Can you get it any louder? Okay, it's got to be way louder. Do you have like a speaker, like one of those portable speakers? What about your phone?
Hold on, this is pretty loud. Hold on.
I don't know about I don't know about everybody else, but I can barely hear it.
I just take time.
That works.
Through my coffee break time. I said a little prayer for you. Forever and ever. No forever need. Forever and ever. You stay in my heart and I will love you forever and ever. We never was born. Oh, how love you together. That's how it must be.
That's right. I'll always love you.
Break for me.
I thought that was 3 minutes.
Oh my God. Okay.
Go get it.
I'm done.
Forever and ever. I will always love you, Chip. I
Oh,
love you, family. What did we decide?
I love you.
Oh, family.
I want to say thank you to all my listeners, all my followers. I want to say thank you to Mel and to her babies. And I love you, Melanie.
I love you, Chip.
I'll
Mwah.
talk to you soon.
All right. Peace be with you.